Hey, Seminole State family, it is time to get excited about citations. We are bringing it back for the end of the semester, wrapping up those papers, wrapping up those projects. Let's get cited. We're back. It's Wednesday. It's 4 p.m. It's Research Rally. We've got the amazing one and only...
Is that me? I'm Information Jason, and over there we have the spectacular, not to be confused with... Oh, okay, no confusion with anything. And then there's over there, and Nicole, we all have glasses. Naming the librarian with the glasses. There they are.
All right, so yes, we've done this before. We talk about citations all the time because we are librarians. That's one of the main things that we do and that we help students with here at Seminole State Family. Go State!
Go far!
All right. So we're bringing it back. We know a lot of people, we've been helping a lot of people finish up papers, projects, research. Of course, citations are a big part of that. So we're going to review why do we cite? We're just going to review the parts of citations, just so you know the lay of the land and you understand like why and what kinds of pieces of information you need to make your citations. We're also going to point the way to some online resources that can help you check citations, make citations, that type of thing. So just a general walking around citations.
That's right, everybody. Get excited!
Look, I got a hype video for it now. If that doesn't wet your whistle. So really quick too, before we actually dive into that, I have to plug, we've got to plug the Foundation Scholarship once again. Okay, there is a giant pot of money available to Seminole State College students. 3 times a year, there is a due date. Okay, so basically on the 3 main semesters for applications. The application process is quite easy. It does require a little bit of work, but I think it's worth that work because there are literally hundreds of thousands of dollars available to students. And some scholarships don't even get enough applicants. They just roll the money over. They roll that money. It's sitting there and creating more interest. Don't you want to grab some of it? Well, tonight at 11:59 p.m. is the fall due date. We're at Wednesday, November 15th at 11:59 p.m. is the due date for the application. Thank you, Citation Jason.
Hey!
For popping that URL in the bottom, or if you Google Seminole State College Foundation Scholarship, you will find this page, okay? And what you're going to want to do, Seminole State College students, is you're going to want to click on the button that says Apply for Scholarships, and you are going to want to sign in with your school credentials. Now, if I click here, I'm already signed into this computer with the SSO, the single sign-on. Okay, that's what we use to log into Canvas. Once you do that and sign in with your Canvas, it actually pulls privatized data about yourself that tells this application system what you qualify for. So that makes you have to answer even less questions, which makes it even easier. So once you answer some additional questions about yourself that will tell them what scholarships you
qualify.
Just the train just went right off the tracks. It went right over the cliff.
Wait, where's the Rossum video? We gotta get
throw it in.
I need the roadcaster with the button. Qualify is our vocabulary word of the day. So once you sign in, it'll answer a few more questions, and probably the worst part, which isn't even that bad. As an applicant, you have to write a 500-word essay about yourself. But it's
easy.
Because
me.
About yourself.
Look at me, I'm awesome. Give me money. Look at me, I'm awesome. Give me money. Next paragraph, look at me, I'm awesome. Give me money. And final paragraph to wrap everything up. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Give me that money.
Yeah.
Jason Anfinson. Boom. Submit. Done. Done. Shout out to Elizabeth Faith for watching, Destiny Garcia for watching, Jack Joyner for watching. Appreciate you, and appreciate you making an RSVP and Raider Connect. Thank you. Hi, Sarah Moffat. We see you too. Welcome, welcome.
Awesome. Yep. So 11:59 tonight. Boom. Apply
Boom.
for it. All right. So Jason, who do we have watching today? We have some FYE students, some IDS students. I know you shouted some of them out. Let's get them up on the screen. I want to see them back up on the screen here.
All right, for sure. Okay, there we go. We got Liz.
All right.
We got Destiny. We got Jack. We have Sarah. Those are all your classes, Ross? Sarah, I'm in your class. My boys.
Nice. All right. Well, thanks for joining us. Remember, we get together every Wednesday at 4 p.m. We do lots of different topics. Subscribe, like, share. And remember, we are librarians. So besides catching us at 4 p.m. on Wednesdays, we are available in the physical library. You can go to the library website and check out our hours. But even though the library itself physically isn't open 24 hours a day, guess what else is? Or guess what is chat. Okay?
Chat!
Any time of day, you can chat with a librarian. Reference questions, research, citations. Maybe you have a question about how to interpret part of your assignment. We'll help the best we can. We always do defer back to your professor for final word, okay? But we can definitely do some of that in like middleman academic coaching for you, okay?
Nicole, who's that? Is that Sophia's picture? Who is that? Who's in there?
I've seen her before. She looks
Who is
so familiar.
that?
I know.
Who is that? Okay, Sophia, who is that? Is that you, Sophia? What up? Thanks for watching. Thank you. All right.
All right, so citations. Why do we do this? Why do we do
citations? Let's ask the students in the
Oh,
chat.
yeah.
Why do we? Oh, hold on, Ross. Let's ask the students. Why do we do it? Why do we do it? Why do we do citations? And then Ross, go ahead and let us know. But drop it in the chat. Why do we do it?
That's my favorite question to ask. Is like, why are we even doing this stuff?
Why?
The professors require it, but there's a reason, right?
Yes, there is. We'll see if we got some ideas. Now we're asking, like, we're not trying to put you on the spot. Like, oh, that's where I've seen that before. Oh, yeah, I know. We're not trying to put you on the spot, but like, why do you think? I mean, there's lots of different ways to explain it. So we want to know if you've already learned part of this in your class. Like,
You should.
Hey, if I want to tell Jason, hey, somebody said that we are going to have to start working an 8-day work week.
Who said that?
That's the first thing he's going to ask me is who?
Who told you that? Where'd you learn that from? Where'd you get your information from, huh?
Yeah. Is it credible?
I don't know. You said it, so I'm not sure. You open up a can of worms there.
Okay, so Sophia, that Marvel character said, so we don't commit plagiarism.
Right. Absolutely. Another reason there. Oh, here we go.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
All right. I like how they're focused on the legalities of it because they've gotten straight to the point. They're like, I am not going to do anything illegal or something that will get me kicked out of school or get an F or not kicked out of school. Actually, we don't do that anymore. Well, if you did it like
there's definitely there's sanctions and probations, but then again, think about this in the real world. What about after you graduate? You know, there could be jail time. There could be a public shunning. You could be canceled. Think of things in the music industry and the art industry. There's so many. Think of any famous, I don't know, Kardashians or anybody, a trademark infringement, copyright infringement. It goes on and on. But really, for the academic paper and the assignments, why do we give a citation? What exactly are we doing? We're giving credit, right? We're giving props where we found the information that we're using in our paper. But why do we have to follow that format? Why do we have to put it in those rules and the periods and the commas? Ah!
All right, we're gonna. Ross, show us. Ross, show us the facts. Why do we cite things?
So I get that answer a lot when I ask the question about plagiarism. You know, and I almost look at like the plagiarism prevention as like a byproduct of the citation. Like we're preventing the plagiarism because we're citing our sources, but we're citing our sources for a lot of different reasons. I mean, part of what spreading ideas with our own work. That's like how ideas are shared around is through citations. You know, when an expert does a study, somebody else is going to base their study on that. And that's how information grows, you know, in the field. So that's a big part of it, right? And part of it is that you're documenting what you know as a student author. I mean, our reputation is largely based on our sources, right? Like that's how we show we know what we're talking about. Okay? Like I did my homework, I checked with the experts, and here's what I synthesized.
And let that sink in, and then think about how we do things in real life. I mean, we're always telling people where we got it from. Somebody's eating a slice of pizza. Where'd you get that from? Oh, Domino's. My mom says it all the time. I go, oh, that's a cute shirt. She's like, oh, Bloomingdale's. Like you don't have to tell me where you got, but you're citing where you got it from, right?
So great. Anyway, Jason, I see you have an in-text citation on your banner there.
I do.
What year is that?
That was my birth year, Nicole. That's my birth year. So I'm just about ready. I am, for sure. I am a vampire. But yeah, so you always want to, I mean, again, I like to tell the students, it's kind of like when you're writing a letter. You remember when your parents used to tell you about what letters are and how to write them, JK? But like you have a format, right? And you have to follow that format. You don't, if I put in your birthday and social security number, then your apartment number, and then your state, and then your zip code, and then you're not getting that letter, are you? So, and then you go, well, wait a minute, it's just a simple formula. But did you know the formula before you learned the formula? No, you learned it. So this is the same kind of deal. And then you learn it, whether it's APA or MLA, whatever the class is. You have to jump back and forth through the hoops. But hey, we're in college, and that's what we're signing up for. So you do have to kind of learn it a little bit, right, Ross?
Yeah, and the good news is that every citation style in the entire world uses the same information. So I think what's really important about citation is just getting good at identifying who's the authors and what's the title of the source, what's the title of the publication, and all of those things, the date, the page numbers. Because no matter what citation style you're using, you're going to need them.
Well, yeah, and you're not, I mean, again, it's the exact information from where you got it from. If you go to, Nicole, quit interrupting. If any of you on the call, do you go to Amazon and type in shoes, and then you get the shoes you want? Do you get the exact color? Do you get the size? Do you get the shipping you want? Do you get the brand you want? No, you have to use the filters, but you have to like narrow everything down. And this is the same thing. Who wrote it? When was it written? Who published it? Is there a link? Is it online? I got to put a link on there. It sounds pretty easy when the librarians are talking to you about it. And that's really what we're trying to do now. We're trying to like get a little de-stress going. Ironically, we're going into a stressful time. It's the end of the term. These research papers are going to be happening, but we're asking you in the chat, what do you guys use? Do you use APA? Do you use MLA? Be honest. Do you even know what we're talking about with citations at this point? Have you even gotten to that?
Yeah, definitely tell us if you use APA or MLA, because we're going to go through some examples in a moment right here. So a crowd has gathered. So I think it's time. Ross, do you want to share your screen share? There's so many people here. They want to see...
They're blocking Ross.
I know. Get the okay.
Hey, there you go.
We got them setting in the folding chairs now, like the ones we have in the cozy corner at the SLM library. So yeah, they're out of the way.
Yeah, I mean, so what I pulled up here is actually, this is just one of our Seminole State guides. I pulled up the MLA one, and this is kind of what I was getting at here. Is if you're looking to see what you need to identify in any citation, you kind of go through this checklist, like who the author is. What's the title of the source? What's the title of the container? That's what MLA calls the, who published this source. Like, and really, you kind of just go through the list. If it has it, include it. If it doesn't have it, like a book is not going to have like, a volume and an issue number, those kinds of things. An article probably will. So, you'll just piecemeal it together like that, but it's always the same stuff.
Always the same stuff. Again, Ross, I had a terrible meal last night. Oh, really, Jason? Where did you go? Exactly. You want to know where, so I probably don't go there. Back to you, Ross.
Yeah. So, I mean, when you're doing this, like, take that step back and just go, I need to identify all of the information. So when you pull up a source, you'll be able to look at this very quickly. Like, this is an ebook that I pulled up. So I would know very quickly, like, oh, okay, well, I need to figure out who the author is. And it's right here. And what's the title of this book? Oh, it's right there. And who published this book? Okay, over here, it tells me. And then, as I go deeper into this, I can figure out, oh, well, if I'm only citing this one chapter, I need to cite this page number. That's where the quotation I'm using came from.
Now, as one great thing about using library resources, like in the databases, where Ross is right now, he's looking at an ebook, not an article, but our library databases have ebooks and articles. Scholarly journal articles is sometimes what they're called. There are features in all the different databases because we have lots of different brands of databases, okay? And most, if not all of these databases have a feature where you can actually get the citation, but we've got a little disclaimer. So we'll look at this one right here, CITE book. Okay, CITE,
right here.
I should say CITE.
What's the disclaimer say? Oh, MLA, great. Which format? Which number MLA?
Most people in the chat are have mentioned that they only use MLA so far.
Is it MLA 8, 9, 10? Do you guys even know that there's been different iterations over the years? I can't see. Well, the data. Oh, which APA is it? Which one is it?
Chicago. There's So
and by the way, Ross, really quick, this is a web link, isn't it? What did I just say a couple seconds ago? Do you see the link in the format? So no, I don't see it. I don't see it. So where is it?
This is a reason we have our little disclaimer that it's not published anywhere, but if you ask a librarian, we always tell you, look, if you get your citation from the citation generator in the database, such as what we're looking at right now in ProQuest eBook Central, you should double check it.
Triple check it.
Double, triple, quadruple, quadruple
check it. But again, well, hey, this information came from somewhere, right? Again, we're always talking about AI and computers are taking over and this and that, but this information was inputted by somebody and they failed to put the link for the MLA. Is inputted, is that correct?
I'm making up words here.
Quadruple it, inputted it. But the MLA has a link, and then Ross, toggle back to the APA. I don't see a link. So somebody just took a nap or they were on their lunch break and they failed to do it. And hey, I mean, again, these are computer. Hey, would you guys want to drive in a driverless vehicle in the back seat on I-4 at 200 miles an hour? Anybody doing that one? How about a pilotless airplane? No? Okay, so you're just going to grab this citation just on the computer and say, oh, the library? It's on the library. No, you got to check it.
I learned the other day that AI could potentially like you have like a self-driving car. If it overlays, like someone hacks your self-driving car and overlays different words onto the stop sign, your car, like they could put like speed up on a stop sign and your driverless car will like see the word speed up and it'll be like, okay. Okay. So like, I'm freaked out about that now. Like someone's going to hack into my driverless car. It's probably a problem I'll never have. Okay. I'm not one of these youngies out here. But you know, it won't be my problem. Anyway, that's beside the point. So
I think for the citation buttons that are available, and I'd say 99.99% of all of our databases, I would at least get those goods. Get the foundation, get at least the shell. And then when you have a moment, just go, hey, Ross, Nicole, Jason, can one of you just help me? We're going to be able to go, meh, meh, meh. Like we're Neo in the Matrix. We can go, oh, move this, change that. We've done it tons of times and you haven't. We understand you haven't. That's why we're here to help you. Yeah. So reach out. Reach out.
So you can have us help you. And then also like I put the link to that MLA guide that Ross was showing in chat. Okay, so you could go to the guide and look up the same citation and be like, oh, okay, like, let me make sure that I have everything right. Once again, if you're starting out new in this, if you're obviously a lot of you that are watching are in the FYE or the IDS class. So I would say like asking us for help is a good place to start. You get to know us and learn about all the different things librarians can help you with during your whole college career. Because we don't just want to hang out with you right now. We want you to stop by the library. We want you to chat with us. We want you to get help with us throughout your career.
We want to hang out with you forever.
Okay. And students have been asking Ross, like, I thought that getting help from a librarian was cheating. And we're like,
yeah, somebody said that to me.
No, we don't actually do the work for you. Yeah, we don't. We just point and do stuff and recommend and everything, but we are putting you on the right track. And think about this too. These citation formats, which we mentioned, everyone in our chat, thank you for chatting, put in MLA. But what happens when you have to do an APA paper? Is your brain going to explode? I hope not. You're just going to have to make a little minor tweak here and there, but it's the same nuts and bolts. There's the author, there's the date, there's the name of the article, there's the publication. If it's online, what do we need? We need a web link, and then maybe there's a couple more things. If it's going to be an academic journal, maybe it was published in a certain quarter, maybe there's a volume number and an issue number, but that's really getting into the nitty gritty, right? It really is, and you want to make sure that you're following the same form. Here's APA 7. I didn't see 7th on the other thing. It just said APA. So who knows?
Yeah. So 7th is the most recent one. So we have our APA guide, which in the future you students will probably have to use. Right now you're doing MLA, but see, we were looking at an ebook. So I'm going to go down to examples, books. Okay, I'm going to see if I can find the ebook example, and we'll see that electronic ebook. Okay, author.
Mm-hmm.
Here, let me zoom in a little bit. So once again, once you go to APA, don't think that, oh, it's like a whole different system with like whole different pieces and parts. As we're saying here, it's the same stuff. It's just maybe
it's just going to look different.
Yeah, and just so we're crystal clear, it's MLA, last name, comma, full first name. That's the very first component. Switch really quickly to APA. It's the last name, comma, the first letter of the first name, and then the period. That's it for the first part. Yeah. Just to get you going. It's just a minor tweak. It's a minor tweak.
Yeah, it seems.
And I learned why they do that, actually.
Why?
Long ago. In APA, the reason they do that is because they only use the first initial because they don't want anybody to make any predeterminations about the author's sex, the gender, like any of that stuff. Like, they just want you to know this is quality research.
I hope that is making some people feel better that this is not arbitrary, because I think sometimes all these detailed nuances of all the different ways and the different things seem like there's no point to it, like it's arbitrary, but it's not. It's purposeful, it's intentional. So the design is that this is a pathway, a citation is a pathway back to the source you used. If you need to get back to it, okay, and you might think, I don't need to get back to it. Okay, fine, fair enough. If your professor wants to go back to it to verify that that is a real source,
of course,
they want to look and check. But once again, like Citation Jason was saying earlier, like it's the credibility piece. Like it matters that you did do the research, you did find a real source, you read that real source, and then you wrote your paper from that source. Like this is really going back to the credibility piece.
Right, and how are... Of course, and when you guys graduated and when you cross the stage, don't you want your name on the diploma? What about when you get a paycheck? Do you want it to be somebody else's name? Right, so if you wrote an article and someone's using information from that article, don't you want some credit and props? I mean, think about it this way. Ross, I heard the coolest band last night. You want to know who it is? I'm not going to tell you any information about it. Good luck, go find it. Huh?
Whoa.
What?
I've got to...
Uh-oh, you have something for that? It wasn't on purpose.
You know where you just went.
Uh-oh.
Petty Valley.
I had to take it there.
Buy it. If you don't have if you have no information about it, how am I supposed to find it? Same thing with your professor. If you said, hey, this is where I got the information from, but low-key, I'm not going to tell you where, does that deserve a passing grade? It just doesn't sound right, does it? Hey, this is a great cookie. What'd you put in it? I'm not telling you. But, bro, I have so many dietary restrictions and so many allergies. I don't care. All right, well, I'm not going to eat that cookie then. I think I'm done with my scenarios here.
Ross, what do you still have on your screen share?
Well, the something I pulled up just because I like to show it off a little bit is my favorite citation guide on the entire internet is actually done by this Columbia College from Canada, I think. But they do a really, really nice job. If you're ever trying to spot check your citations, check out this site. They do APA, Chicago, MLA, all that stuff there. But they give examples for literally every single possible source you can imagine. And if you dig through here, if I need to cite a journal article versus a magazine article, they're going to walk me through it. Okay. And they have it with a DOI number, without a DOI number, one author, two authors, more. It's so handy. I cross-reference it every single day.
And just to interrupt you again, Ross, on that note, so can you go back to that page where at the top where it started to list all the different... Okay, so here's the thing about that citation. So there's like multiple ones for a journal article, and you're like, okay, well, what you want to do is read all the different possibilities of different types of journal articles that you could be citing and narrow in on the most accurate specific one. So, okay, I have a journal article. Well, how many authors does it have? Okay, it has two authors. Okay, you want to make sure, well, is your journal article in print? Well, if it is, you need to go use that citation. So it gets, there's like, it's almost like getting from more general to more specific, and you just want to try to get as accurate as possible. I think that's a pretty easy thing to do. I'm just noting that it is part of the process.
For sure. And I said I'm done with my examples. Clearly that's a lie. So I said, oh, go find my friend Nicole. Nicole who? Where does she live? Florida. Where in Florida? Okay, let's try Sanford Lake Mary area. Okay, and we're narrowing it down, but I'm also providing more information. And that's what the citation is. It's the exact person. It's the exact page number. It's a drop mic moment for the academic. And remember, you're creating new knowledge here, friends. That research paper did not exist before you wrote it. So you need to explain where you got the information from if you took it from someone else. You're not just going to go, oh, where did you stay for 4 months and not tell your parents whose house you stayed at? I stayed at Billy's house. I stayed right over there. Oh, I know Billy's mom. Okay, great. I'm trying to give you every real world example that I possibly can to make the citations much easier.
Jason, citation, that reminds me of this story. Okay, in the early aughts, the early 2000s, back in the day, when debit cards were new and I was in college, okay, I used my debit card at at Walmart in Orlando because I went to UCF for my undergraduate education. And then on the bank statement that my parents still got, because my mommy had my bank statements when I was in college, it said, instead of saying Orlando, Florida, it showed that the debit card was used at the Walmart headquarters, which is in Arkansas. And my parents knew that my boyfriend at the time had a brother in Alaska, and they were like, "Did you drive to Alaska?"
See?
Because they saw the AK, and I was like, they don't even, it was AK, and so they got the data mixed up, and it was just it was very dramatic. And to this day, they might still think that I drove to Alaska in 2002.
And what could have helped there would have been a full crystal clear MLA citation. If you would have had an MLA citation there, Nicole. Actually, Nicole, could you do the voice again? Can you finish the rest of the show doing the voice?
What voice?
I think you'll know what voice. Okay, that's weird. That's weird. That's just as weird as Jeff Nelson's rally glasses voice. That's too weird.
Agree. Listen, I put the link for Ross's favorite citation guide for MLA, and that college does have also one for APA when you get to that point and you need the APA citation. All right, so Destiny shouted back to our little question. Destiny's taking English, government, speech, communication. Okay.
So government, you might be doing APA, Nicole, in government. Yeah. Are you doing that, Destiny? Are you doing that? And then what other classes are you folks taking? Are you signing up for spring courses? Because depending on what the course is, you may have to kind of alter and do that citation format. So the reason Ross and I hit on that government, usually U.S. government or history, maybe some humanities. In the LIS course that we've all taken before, that's going to be an APA, but we teach it MLA or APA, whatever you want to do. Ross and I are teaching LIS 2004 in the spring. Name drop in case you want to take those courses. So yeah.
Okay.
Citation Festival, Citation Fest-a-thon-a-palooza. And this guy, look how excited he is there. He's loving it there in the picture.
Yeah, this is him right here. With the drums.
That's for that flute. That was a great flute, Ross.
At that point.
Hey.
Anybody here going to apply for a scholarship today by 11:59 p.m.?
Oh, I gotta apply, really? I apply for money.
Okay. And then...
Just say okay.
And then, sorry, you know what's happening is my brain is thinking about other things, so I can't concentrate on your joke. And thank you, Jason, so much, because I wish I could have concentrated on it. I would have laughed. I was concentrating on something a little tiny bit serious. I do want to pop up, since it's the end of the semester, we're about to close it out here. It's a little bit serious. If you need assistance, counseling, okay, if you are here, it says here, stress or crisis, we do have resources available to students and staff and faculty for that matter. So know that that's available to you. If you search counseling on the Seminole State website, you will also find those resources. Or if you live chat, chat us 24/7, we can find that again for you. Know that that is available as this becomes a very stressful time of year, coming up on the holidays, coming up on finishing out classes, right?
We have most of you. We thank you, Nicole, for that. That's very important, and we're all here to help you. So, you know, take advantage of those resources and services. For everyone in the chat, we have Riley, we have Sarah, we have Sophia, Elizabeth, Tamarian, Destiny, and Jack. We have all of you confirmed and good to go on Raider Connect for credit for your FYE course. If I did not call your name, go ahead and click on that link once. We dropped it in the chat, and boom, there it is. Clearly, if you see it on the if you see it on there,
if I did not call your name, please. I love it. I love it.
You see the teacher.
Anybody up for a trip to the moon?
Was that Frank Sinatra in a paper airplane flying over the moon?
So. I'm just warming up to have the outro ready, Jason.
Okay, there you go. Thank you, Destiny. Anyone else? Compliments? Questions? Concerns? Compliments?
I don't think we can wait all day here for.
I guess we can't. No, we can't wait that long. Okay. This has been Research Rally with Ross, Nicole, and Jason. Bye, bye, everybody. Hi, hi, everybody.